all your experience over your career, what is different, what is special about a playoff series?
I just think everything about it. Even though right now it's like 1,000 of you guys. Usually it's not that many. So there's attention to it. In the game, like just the intensity. Everyone's just, like juiced up. Like this is what you play for, like especially in the NBA, like being in these moments, being able to be in a situation where you have a chance to win a championship, like that's what's great about the sport. So it's a great time and exciting time.
Playing the same team again so many times over the last 2 seasons this team has played Milwaukee. Does that build a rivalry?
I mean, I don't know what's considered rivalry, to be honest. I have no idea, but I just know that just going against these guys, a great team. They've had a lot of success throughout the years, and obviously they still got some people that won a championship in that team. So it's gonna be tough, and we just gotta be ready. I think for me, like I said, I just want to lace it up, play, no matter who our opponent is. But yeah, it's gonna be some fun time, especially knowing that we have history, especially last year and things like that. So it should be fun.
Rick said after you guys push home field that there's a different mindset you have to have when you're opening at home. What is that? What's different? When you have home court, you also have to protect it.
Right, yeah. I mean, I think it's like at the end of the day, you think about home court, and when you're on the road for the first few games, it feels like, you're going away. Like it's different. And maybe there could be a sense of just being comfortable because you're at home, but you can't have that. It's the first game. You have to be able to protect home court, like you said. We worked hard all season to get it. You don't want to give it away. So.
Pascal, what's different about the Bucks to you this year than last year?
Obviously, they have Giannis back, so that's a big plus. And like they have a different team, man. Like they have like guys coming up, off the bench that's playing super well. Kevin Porter Jr. Like they have Kyle Kuzma. Like they have a different team that plays hard. And the last, I don't know how many games they've been rolling, so they're playing good basketball. And so yeah, it's going to be a lot of different challenges that we had last year, which I think I expected. So we just got to be ready.
On that note, Dame is not playing in Game 1. That got reported like a half hour ago. So how does that help you guys?
I don't think it helps us at all. I think at the end of the day, like they got a tough team and they've been playing without him so well that obviously he's an amazing player, but just the way they've been playing, like I think it's gonna be tough. We have tough cover with Giannis, and then all the other guys around. They play so well around him, and he's been passing the ball well. Like they play well, good basketball.
You obviously had to guard Giannis a lot. I mean, I know it sounds really simple. Like, what makes that as tough of a cover as it is, and then how much tougher is it now that he's really added a mid-range to what he's doing?
Yeah, he can do everything. He's attacking with force, and being able to make that shot also makes it. But obviously we know he's a head of the snake. But like I said, I think the whole team is playing unbelievable basketball, and it's going to be a tough job for all of us. And yeah, it's not one job. It's not a one-person job. We got to all be together and sync as a team to not only stop them but stop the whole team.
What was this year's first day of practice before the playoffs different than last year's? Just knowing that you guys have been here before and done this before.
Yeah, no, I think for me it feels the same, but I think for other people, for some of the other guys, like you can't just be like, oh, we haven't seen it before. You can't have that excuse anymore of like I haven't experienced this. We all have experiences now, and we know what to expect. And we gotta come in with that mentality to just attack game 1 and only worry about game 1 and give everything back for that.
You talked after you guys played home court that there's a different mindset that you have to have when you have to start the playoffs. What is that? What's different? Obviously, you have to protect it. What changes in terms of the mindset you have?
Just got to have your guard up. It's a protect your turf mentality, and it's unending, So we've got to get that edge this week, headed into Saturday. They're a tough matchup. They're really, really difficult. They've won 8 in a row without Lillard. Giannis is, he's not only scoring 30, but he's getting 12 or 13 assists a game in the last several games. And so there's a lot of problems to deal with.
Since you mentioned that, how is this game changed? Actually added the mid-range, or how have you seen them continue to get better and expand?
Yeah, I mean, during this period where Dame has been out, he's been seeing consistent double teams, and so he's just continued to evolve as a great player. And he's He's mixing in the assists, the laser pass, skip passes cross court, which are very difficult to deal with when you're double teaming him. And his shooting's gotten better and better.
Rick, what strikes you beyond the honest of it all is different about the Bucks this year than last year?
Well, since the beginning of January, their defensive numbers have been among the best in the league. They're bigger, they're more physical. They've added, Kevin Porter, who's playing great for them. Trent is having a great year, and they've just got some really difficult things to deal with. If both stars are playing, you got two of the best players on the planet. If one of them's out of the game, the other one's going to get all the touches, and going to be very centric to what's happening out there. So a lot of problems to deal with, but there's a lot to be excited about for us. The chance to start the series at home is an honor and a privilege, but with it comes a responsibility that we've got to be really vigilant about our edge and our compete level.
Did you notice the experience you guys got last year in the playoffs changed the way this day went or this week could go since all these guys have now been through this once?
They all haven't been through it once. A lot of guys in here have not. So to me, it doesn't change it at all. I mean, this is a week where you're afforded the opportunity to prepare, work on things on the floor, mindset, those kinds of things. It would be very similar whether we'd have had the experience last year or not.
How do you assess the state of where this team is at right now compared to this start of playoff practice last year?
It's a different year. I'm not going to get into all the psychoanalytics of the whole thing. I mean, we got to get ready to outfight the opponent. That's it. And I can't say this enough. Our fan base has been amazing, for the last several years. But we need the field house to be as wild and loud and crazy as it's ever been. I mean, we've drawn an opponent that's playing at an extremely high level. We understand that. There's going to be a lot of stuff about whether Dame's playing or not. Somebody told me that they put the word out that he's not playing to start the series. That just means the ball's going to be in Giannis's hands. And so, it doesn't change anything in terms of what we need to do to be prepared to play that.
You talked about some of the guys having not been a part of this. Obviously, Ben Mathen wasn't part of the last. You talked about that a lot throughout the season. What do you think in terms of the focus he's got coming into this? It's for the first time in this scenario, and how do you think he can fit in this style?
He'll be ready.